Subtle, flirty signs she wants you to make a move and ask her out. Flirting can be a confusing deal. After all, how can you tell if she's being friendly or flirting? Learn the signs she wants you to make a move, that's how. You think she's into you. You flirt up a storm, only to be slapped around the face or called a creep, because you read the signs wrong. Is this a situation you've been in before? Many have. The best way to avoid repeats in the future is to learn the signs she wants you to make a move. That way, you'll never read the situation wrong ever again. No matter how suave and experienced you are at picking up women, there is no denying that it is hard to tell if she really wants you to make a move. Every woman is different. Tactics that help you score with one woman may not work on another. Unlike men, women prefer to take the subtler route. If you happen to come across a brave woman who has no qualms about telling you that she is attracted to you, then good for you. However, most women out there prefer dropping hints and letting you do all the work. Almost always, women like being doted on, and it's no different when it comes to making the first move. Here are some of the top ways for you to tell that she is into you. 1. She's batting her eyelashes at you. Once you start noticing her fluttering her eyelashes at you ever so often, you can chalk that up as an indication that she is interested. However, hang in there and see if she exhibits other flirtatious signals before making a move. You want to make sure she is indeed giving you a sign, and it has nothing to do with a dry contact lens. 2. She makes herself comfortable. Another way to tell that she wants you to make a move is when she makes an effort to get comfortable. Once a woman settles down, you know that she is feeling great and does not plan on heading anywhere. An example is when she makes herself comfortable on the couch next to you. She may tuck her legs under her or wrap a blanket around her shoulders. If you are out in public, she may hunker down on the bar stool or seat next to you. Perhaps she will engage you in conversation and not budge. If a woman chooses to make conversation with you in a social setting where she can have her pick of any guy, you probably have it in the bag. Do not wait too long to make a move because she may just take it as a sign of disinterest on your part. 3. She keeps touching you. Women do not like making physical contact with someone they find unappealing. So if she touches you, even in jest, she does not find you repulsive. If she subtly touches you in the midst of conversation, she is unconsciously or consciously trying to get as close to you as possible. By touching you, whether it is on your arm, thigh, shoulder or back, she is sending signals to remind you that she is close by. All she wants is to build awareness of her presence and to let you know that she is right there within touching distance. The gentle pressure of her fingertips on your arm should get you hot under the collar and raring to go. So, do not be afraid to make a move. 4. She brushes up against you. This ties in very closely with the point made above about touching. Women tend to use their bodies as a flirtation tool. So, if she touches you or brushes up against you often, take it as one of the signs she wants you to make a move. If a woman brushes up against you more than twice in a short time space, you can be sure that it was not by accident. 5. She draws attention to her breasts. Whether they care to admit it, all men have a fascination with boobs and women know this. Pay attention to little hints such as her pushing her chest out, brushing her breasts against you, or pressing up against you for a hug that lasts longer than a conventional one. Once she busts out the twins, you know that she is begging for you to make a move. 6. She makes regular eye contact, one of the big signs. She wants you to make a move. If you find her catching your eye and prolonging the act, you can be sure that she wants you to make a move. Women tend to look away from people whom they are not interested in. The last thing they want is to give creeps the wrong idea. So if you notice repeated eye contact coupled with smiling and nodding along to everything that you say, she likes you and is inviting you to do more. 7. She makes an effort to stay in touch with you regularly. A woman is hinting for you to make a move when she keeps in touch with you all the time. This includes odd hours of the day. If she replies to your 1 a.m. messages, or answers your call at 11:30 p.m., she is definitely interested. A woman is not going to egg you on to make a move and let you intrude on her space at weird hours if she does not want you there. 8. She makes excuses to be alone with you. This applies to various settings and is a very clear sign on whether she likes you. It could be accepting a ride home with just the two of you in the car. Perhaps it's calling you over to help her with a leaky faucet, dropping off cookies at your place, or simply being left alone at the bar with you. If a woman has not resisted being alone with you on more than 2 separate occasions, she is comfortable with you and wants you to make a move. A word of caution: do not get confused between her being friendly and her inviting you to do more. Pay attention and try to pick up at least a couple more signs from this list before making a move. 9. Licking and biting her lip is one of the signs she wants you to make a move. When we like someone, we tend to subconsciously try to draw attention to our lips. So, if you see her licking her lips often or biting her lip while making eye contact, it's one of the signs she wants you to make a move. She might play with her hair at the same time. If so, her body language is screaming, make a move. 10. She's extremely warm with you. Now, be careful with this one because you will need to add other signs to give you a full picture. If she's very warm around you, e.g. she asks a lot of questions, she seems really interested, and she's touchy-feely, it could be a good sign. However, it could be that she's simply a very warm and tactile person. For that reason, look for additional signs to be sure, but it's certainly a hint in the right direction. 11. She makes suggestive comments. If she's making comments that are definitely flirty and even suggestive, she's doing it for a reason. Girls don't tend to make suggestive comments to guys they don't want to be around because they know it would only encourage the wrong type. So, if her comments are not only racy but moving towards sexual, make a move. 12. She doesn't back off when you move closer. If you take a step towards her, she will either stand her ground, move closer, or move back. If she moves back, you know she doesn't want you to make a move. However, if she stands her ground and makes eye contact, or she moves closer, she's telling you she wants you to make a move. 13. She makes excuses to keep talking to you. For most women, once the conversation is over, they're ready to leave the room and go elsewhere. However, if she makes excuses to keep talking to you, she doesn't want to leave. She either finds you fascinating intellectually, or she wants you to keep talking, flirt a little, and maybe make a move. 14. She's always genuinely glad to see you. Women often display two types of smiles. There's the default smile for when something amusing is happening or for times when she just needs to put a smile on when facing people. The other type of smile is the one that brightens up her whole face. It's the smile you see on women who are genuinely excited and happy about something. If it's the bright smile you're seeing whenever you run into her or talk to her, then this is a clear sign that you excite her enough to want to go out on a date with you. 15. She engrossed in what you have to say. You know a conversation is going downhill when the person you're talking to just nods, fakes a smile, and responds with monosyllabic words. But that's not the case when you're talking to her. She always seems genuinely interested in what you're saying. She gives you follow-up questions, responds proactively, and intently hangs on to every word you're saying, even when you're talking about something that may be of no interest to her. 16. You're suddenly a really funny guy. Women love it when a guy can make them laugh. But even if you've never really been the class clown, she always seems so amused with everything you have to say. Your jokes, one-liners, and impressions are really hitting her funny bone. If you can make her guffaw until she gets teary-eyed and no one does this with you, it has more to do with the fact that she's into you than the fact that you've become a stand-up comedian overnight. 17. She's recommending date spots. She'll often ask you if you've ever been to that sushi place in the next block or that hot new cafe that everyone's raving about. You'll start to notice that she's taken a sudden interest in all these places. And she's sharing that interest with you. Take it as a hint that she would like to go to those places with you one of these days. 18. She's mentioning the stuff that you have in common. What a coincidence. She's also into series like True Detective and Game of Thrones. Her favorite movie is also Fight Club. She's also into surfing and wakeboarding. For some reason, her interests align with yours perfectly. And she's not afraid to show it. Take it as a hint to carry on the conversation over a cup of coffee or a couple of pints. 19. She talks to you about the most random stuff. You probably have no idea why she's asking you what wall paint would go with her teal drapes or why she suddenly wants your opinion on Woody Allen's latest flick. It's possible that she thinks you're the expert on this sort of thing, or more plausibly she feels comfortable talking to you about almost anything under the sun. She might be trying to pique your interest by getting you into a conversation with her, hopefully so that you remember her and get the guts to finally ask her out. 20. She mentions when she's free. Oh, I don't really have anything planned after work. You? Does this line sound familiar? She's telling you that she has no other plans, i.e. no dates scheduled, and that if you were to ask her out then and there, she's got the free time to take you up on that offer. Women who are trying to avoid dates oftentimes say that they're too busy. So what does it mean when a woman tells you that she's not busy at all? It's one of the signs she wants you to make a move. 21. She doesn't mention other guys in front of you. One of the things that men watch out for when asking a girl out is the jealous boyfriend who might beat him to a pulp. However, when a woman likes you, she may have the tendency to flaunt her singleness in the hope that maybe you'll be the one to put an end to it. She might say that she hasn't found a decent date in a while or that she hasn't been on a date in ages. Take it as your cue to be the guy who'll sweep her off her feet and carry her off into dating paradise. 22. When she introduces you to her friends, they already know who you are. If you've got a keen sense of hearing, you might hear things like, "Oh, so that's the guy," or, "He is as cute as she said." When a woman likes a guy, she'd find it difficult to contain her excitement. So she'll have to tell her girlfriends. If your name seems to ring a bell, then that's a sign that you've been the topic of conversation in their group. 23. She asks you out instead. Sometimes a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. If she musters up the courage to ask you out, give her some credit. She probably likes you enough to potentially face the embarrassment of being rejected. If we were you, that's a bold move that's worthy of at least a couple of dates. Obviously, the girl who wants you to ask her out doesn't have to do all these things before you get definitive proof that she wants to go on a date with you. 3 or 4 of these should be enough to prove to you that she's really into you. How many of these signs she wants you to make a move? Can you agree with? It's a good idea to look for a few of these signs before deciding whether to go for it or not. Some girls are simply very friendly and aren't flirting at all. However, when you can nod along to several of these signs, you can be pretty sure that she's trying to entice you into making a move. The next time you want to approach a girl, keep an eye on these giveaways and look for signs she wants you to make a move. And if you do see these signs, don't miss the opportunity.